Year 5, welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson of week 6. This is our last week of the term, of term 4. What a funny old term it's been. Working from home, back in school, it's all been a bit of a mix. But in today's lesson, we're going to be carrying on our work with decimal numbers and fractions. So, let's get started with our warm-up. This is recapping yesterday's work where we looked at what a decimal number was, which is part of a whole. We've got our tenths column to the right of the decimal point, and then to the right of the tenths column we have the hundredths column. Now, if you look very carefully to see these hundred squares, how many have been shaded? How could we represent that as a decimal and as a fraction? Pause the video to have a go. And here are your answers on the screen. We've got 40 out of 100, which makes 4 over 10, which is the same as 0.4. Well done if you got that correct. And then here we have 230 out of 100 have been filled in. This is a tricky one. Well done if you got it correct. So it's actually a mixed number. We have 2 wholes and 30 over 100, which is the same as writing 2 and 3/10. And as a decimal, well done if you got this correct. It's 2.3. Fantastic work if you got that correct. Okay, look very carefully to see here we've got our place value counters and we've written it as a decimal number and then we've expanded it. So here we've got 1 whole, 6/10 and 4 hundredths, so it's 1.64. When we expand it, it means we're kind of pulling it apart to see what makes what. So we've got 1 whole plus 0.6 plus 0.04. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is to write down the decimal expanded for 2.53. Pause the video to have a go. Okay, your answer's coming up on the screen now. Well done if you got it correct. 2 plus 0.5 plus 0.03. Fantastic. Well done, Year 5. Okay, another warm-up. You've got another chunk of the table missing. This time we're writing in words. So here we've got 3 ones, 6/10, 8 hundredths. Okay. Oh, that should be not just 1, but that should be a 3 there. Apologies for that. Should be a 3, add 6/10, add 8 hundredths. Okay, what would the words and the fraction be here when we've got 2, add 3/10, add 7 hundredths? Now be careful. Look, that's a tenth and that's a hundredth. So think about what 3/10 would be out of 100. So what would that be as hundredths? And then add them together. Right, pause the video to have a go. Your answers are coming up on the screen now. Well done if you got that correct. Yes, it's 2 ones, 3/10 and 7 hundredths. So this would be 30 over 100. 30 hundredths is the same as 3/10. So it's 2 and 37 over 100. Well done, Year 5. Okay, green chili pepper challenge. I'd like you to have a go at writing the equivalent fractions and decimals for the model. So look at the pictorial representation and write down what that would be as a fraction and as a decimal. And then completing the place value counters below, like we did in the warm-up. Write down what that would be as a decimal expanded. Pause the video to have a go at the task. Yellow chili peppers, write the equivalent fractions and decimal for the model. So here, think about how many whole ones you might have. How are you going to represent it if it's more than 1? And then you've got to complete the table for the place value counters, writing down what the decimal is and the decimal expanded. For this one, you're given the decimal expanded, but not the decimal and the place value counter. So you've got to kind of work backwards, as it were. Pause the video to have a go at the yellow chili pepper challenge. And then red chili pepper challenge, you need to complete these tables. So you've got the place value counters, write down the decimal expanded, and then, like we did in the warm-up, you have the words here, if in this first example, and the decimal and the expanded decimal. Here, you've only been given an expanded decimal, and in this third question, you've only been given the decimal fraction as a fraction. So think about how you would represent that in words. Pause the video to have a go. Okay, if you feel like you need a little bit more practice, don't hesitate to have a go at other questions. So have a go at other chili pepper challenge questions. The more practice you do, Year 5, the easier this becomes. Your answers are coming up on the screen now. So this is for green. Pause the video to mark your work. Yellow, here are your answers. Pause the video to mark your work. Make any corrections you need to. And red, here are your answers. Pause the video to make any corrections you need to. If you have made any mistakes Year 5, don't worry, just go back and have another go at the questions. Okay, and another activity for green. So mark with a dot where 1 and 3/10 is on this number line. So notice you've got your benchmarks of 1 and 2, and then on this one 2 and 3. Mark it with a dot where those fractions would be, those fraction decimals would be. Yellow, you've got a little bit of reasoning here. Using these 4 digits, make numbers with 2 decimal places. So you've got a set of criteria of instructions there. Write all the numbers that it could be. So this number, the numbers are less than 50. The smallest value digit is not a 1. The tenths digit is an odd number, so that really limits which one the tenths number could be. And then the ones digit is greater than the hundredths digit. So have a go at working that out and write the numbers as mixed numbers below. And red, you've also got the same task as yellow. So writing down then what the possible numbers could be and converting those to mixed numbers. Here are your answers for green. Well done if you got those correct. For yellow, here are your answers. And red, here are your answers. So very well done if you got those correct, everybody. And then now for our last reasoning task, this is one to finish us off with. I'm thinking of a number. The number contains the digits 4, 7 and 2. The number contains 2 decimal places. The number is greater than 3 and the 10th digit is greater than the 100th digit. What could the number be? Could there be more than one possible answer? And what extra clue could you write which would mean the number could it be only 7.42? So have a think about that. Pause the video to have a go at answering the question. And then the answer there is on the screen. It's either 4.72 or 7.42. An extra clue could be that the ones digit is an odd number. That would give you that answer there. Very well done if you got those correct. Don't forget Year 5, you can always rewind these videos to go through it again if you need a little bit more practice or a bit more time. The more effort you put in, the more you'll get out of it. I hope you've enjoyed today's session and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye!